I posted my code into ChatGPT, of course, because I wasn't thinking without any instructions. So here's my code that I posted, and this is its answer, which I didn't expect it to answer because I didn't give instructions, but because I didn't ask anything, check for errors or whatever, it just gave me what the code seems to be about. And that was pretty amazing. I was like, oh. So I asked it to give a detailed analysis, and the response is, sure, here's a more detailed analysis of the code. The class GameLoop extends the user interface class, which is not shown in this code snippet. Yeah, because this is an old project, it's very useful to help me understand the code that I've written. So yeah, I think it's pretty amazing. I found it was pretty funny that I wasn't expecting it to analyze what it all does. So that's pretty amazing. Hello everyone, this is a little introduction to this video series. I had the idea to start this series when ChatGPT was out for a bit, for a short while. I have been working on a game for a long while. I designed a game many years ago, and a board game actually, basically. And at a certain moment, I decided it might be more easy to create it in as a computer game. It's like the ideal thing for phone or tablet use, just a little simple board game. And I was a total noob to programming. So yeah, basically, it's a product that has been on the back burner for a long time, and then ChatGPT came around, and I was like messing around with it a bit, and I understood it as it can also write code, etc. So I was messing around, asked it about just to create a class, a tile class, and put some units on it up. It shows us the code. I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, maybe it can help me finish my game. And I have some time at the moment. I was like, maybe that would be fun. It helps me finish my game. And then I was thinking, maybe I can record it and post it online, so that if I'm lucky, maybe somebody will see it and will like it and will like to watch it, and might be a way at the same time to promote the game if I ever get to finish it. Maybe a few people know about it already. That would be fun. So yeah, I like the idea. I was like, I will just let's just try it, see what it does. And so I made a little video about where I just put some code into ChatGPT without instructions, and it gives I think basically it gives a breakdown of what the code does, etc. So it could be very useful because I have a bunch of old code. A lot of the time I don't even remember that I had that code already, the written code. So here's all my classes and stuff on the left, and yeah, so I started doing that. That's the idea. But like I said, when I started it, I didn't know a thing about programming, so I learned quite a bit about Java. I did it in Java because it seemed to be pretty much portable for other platforms, for Android, etc. So because I was like thinking about making it for tablets or phones primarily. I was like, well, I'll just try Java. So that's what I started learning. I read a lot online, of course, because you can find anything online about those and concepts and everything. I had some books from my brother too, who is a programmer, about concepts, etc. Mostly focused on C++, and but also conceptual. So I browsed through those a bit at that time. But yeah, basically I learned myself the basics, really just the basics when I'm in there. And right now, I hardly know the terms for. We're right. It's called a method, and that's the condition, and that's the. Yeah, and that's the. I don't even get the word like the creator. Was that a word? No, that's not the correct word. Sound like yeah. I think it isn't. not sure. So yeah, I'm really just a noob. On top of that, I'm a total noob when it's video editing, posting anything on YouTube. I think I've never of my life posted anything on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. Of course, a bit social or the social media for my last job also worked a bit with social media, but I'm not never really on top of those things. But I thought it was a funny project, and I like the concept of let's see what the ChatGPT can do to help me advance this game. My code is pretty old, so no, lately, last couple of weeks, I got back into it a bit. I looked at it, like my conceptual things. Well, where should I continue, etc. But it's old code, so like I said, ChatGPT can help a lot. Um, with understanding my code. Like it's in my other short video, I show how it gives an explanation of here's some code I'm showing. You can see how it gives an explanation of just a class and what it does and etc etc. I can even get it to tell you details and everything. So that's pretty fun. So to get back into it, it can be very helpful. And I spent a lot of time just browsing around through my code and where was I? What do I need to do next? And I'm trying for these recordings and everything. I'm trying to like make a schedule, like a little bit of planning. Where do I start? What piece of the game do I need to work on next? And how am I going to present it? What questions can I ask? Like where do I need help? And doing that, yeah, I'm confronted with all the concept of the game, like the board needs a grid that's functional, etc. So every time I get confronted with that. And all the other things, so I'm trying to make up where to start. Do I start with? I'll show what I so far, or etc. So this is what the code does right now. I can change the size of the things. I did put the highlight function there. I need a grid. You see you can see that my grid is pretty non-standard. So I need a grid, a useful grid that can support functionality that I want to bring into this. So yeah, one of the basic things is that I have to review the grid and make it different. Then I was thinking I can, like when I click right now, it places some forms on there, some squares that could represent all the units that could be placed on a tile. And when I click here, there's some positions where you could potentially put a thingy. So that's what I have. So I was thinking I could start with the tiles and what you can place on it, so that you, like when you click on it, you can place something. But everything that I think of needs systems to support it. So like placing buildings is dependent on first there has to be a unit and they can construct a town. From there you can upgrade it with 1 out of 4 choices, and from there you can upgrade it with 1 out of 4 choices if you have the prerequisite resources, etc. Very simple, but still, all that needs to be in place. But even just to be able to place the units, the buildings, I need the artwork. Like I here on my board, you see like my skills of drawing with a mouse. I drew a tree, a cactus, and some very badly drawn grain and hills and etc. mountains. That's just paint. It's just a placeholder, but I need at least something like that for my buildings to be able to place something to see what it does. And then I need to be able to, at least by clicking on the tile, upgrade it. But then I need to choose from 4 buildings, so etc. And then I need to implement the other conditions for building it, and that's dependent on other connected tiles with buildings on there. So that's quite some systems there. And just the basic thing, placing the buildings, that would do. I might also, when I go make the artwork, air quotes, I might also show a bit of that, record a bit of that when I'm doodling. We'll see. And yeah, I was thinking maybe I could just start with a unit, because the whole game starts with 1 unit, 1 hunter unit. Maybe I can just place it there, and then a movement, select it and move it the way it's allowed. But then I first need a grid that works so that I can tell it to move from one tile to another, because this grid is just, I'll talk about it in another video, this grid is just a visual thing, which could work because Java, at least Java, has all kinds of functionality that you can attach to a simple shape, and it has borders, etc. And but my functionality I need is it's connecting 2 of these rounds, which are not bordering each other. So I need another kind of functionality than just the shapes. If I had just sample squares or hexagonal whatever, hexagons in there, that would be much more easy. But I need something, and it wrecks my every time. It wrecks my brain. So yeah. Lastly, I came to the conclusion I might want to start with remaking the grid again. So yeah, this I'll see what I will be recording. I'm not sure if well, right. The idea is the recordings that I post on YouTube will give you the possibility to follow the process, the entire process of me continuing and maybe eventually finish this game, and maybe able to play it. I'm trying to, like I said, organize it in like points, but every point I think, first, like I said, I make the buildings, make a functionality I can put in the buildings, but then it's like all systems behind that and stuff that I still need to make. So I have to subdivide it again, and I wanted to try to make sections in which I have something to post into to ask ChatGPT also, because that's a bit of the theme. So I'll see how I structure that. It's all new for me and a challenge, so we'll see about that, how it works out. So, and for now, I'll try to put out in the very near future, as fast as possible, put out some content and see what it brings. But like I said, I'm totally new to video editing as well, so I have to see. We'll see about that. Yeah, I hope some people will find it fun and interesting to watch this. See you all soon. Bye bye.